Thanks for checking out Live, Love Lake Oswego, the first real estate channel solely dedicated to all things Lake Oswego. My name is Will Fendon. For almost 20 years, I've been a top producing real estate agent in Lake Oswego. If you'd ever like to have an exploratory conversation about real estate, please feel free to reach out to me directly. You can call or text me at the number on screen. But right now, we want to introduce you to the Hallinan neighborhood. I'm standing in Freepons Park, which sits right in the middle of the Hallinan neighborhood, and we're actually enjoying the best weather of the year so far. Hallelujah. It's important to understand when it comes to neighborhoods in Lake Oswego, this town is actually made up of 24 different neighborhoods, but when I say Hallinan, that actually includes two adjacent neighborhoods called McVeigh South Shore and Glen Morey. Anybody that lives in this area loosely refers to this whole area as Hallinan. Unlike other popular neighborhoods in Lake Oswego like First Edition or Westlake, for example, both of which are almost completely flat, the Hallinan neighborhood is unique because of its topography. There's a huge variety of topography in this area, from flat tree-lined streets with beautiful sidewalks to homes that are built on the side of the mountain up here behind me that in many cases have pretty incredible views. If you're considering moving to Lake Oswego from outside the area, maybe even a cross-town move, this is an area where you can still find a huge variety of opportunities and relative affordability in comparison to some of the other neighborhoods in town. As you drive around this area, you can still see a lot of the original homes that were built here, going back to maybe the late 40s. There's some mid-century homes tucked in on different streets, all the way into the 70s or thereabouts. There's a big variety of architectural styles, and many of these homes now have been fixed up. The lot sizes tend to be somewhere around 5,000 square feet on the small end, up to about 10 or 12,000 square feet. In some cases, you might even find lots that are around a half an acre or so. There's a lot of new construction happening in this area as well. These homes on Laurel Street are some of the most affordable new homes that you'll find anywhere in Lake Oswego. Here's an example of some luxury homes that were built on oversized lots on Cherry Lane some years ago. Pretty spectacular. One of my favorite streets in this area is Chapin Way. It's a beautiful tree-lined street. You get filtered sunlight throughout the day. Many of these homes are on what could only be described as park-like settings. Okay, I know realtors like to say that sort of thing, but sometimes the description actually fits. Okay, here's a fun fact about the Hallinan neighborhood. Ask any kid on a snow day where the best sledding hill is in the area. A lot of them might tell you it's Lee Street right here behind me. The heart and soul of this area is Hallinan Elementary School. My sons attended here, and I have to say, when I left my former career almost 20 years ago to create a more family-centered life in Lake Oswego, one of my goals as a dad was to drive our sons to school and pick them up as often as possible. I tried to do it every day, and I'm telling you, it was like a party every day here with the lineup of parents and school buses. Some of my favorite memories.
Jane Fendon here. I can't forget the first day of school. I got to ride the bus with our boys, and they were dropped off right here, walked in that door, and a little piece of my heart went with them. Like most parents in Lake Oswego, we really wanted to get involved in our local elementary school. So I volunteered on the art literature program, and I also was honored to be on the PTO board, the parent teacher organization board, and I volunteered in the classroom whenever I could. The teachers and the faculty were amazing.
I'm probably a little biased because our boys went to Hallinan Elementary, but the Hallinan Elementary School playground, it's one of the best in town. It actually kind of functions as an extension of everybody's yards in this area because it's so easy to get to. People come here to jog. It's a great place to walk dogs. local soccer teams practice out here, baseball teams. For many years, I was an assistant coach in the Lake Oswego youth lacrosse program when our boys were playing competitive lacrosse. And I've got to tell you, we practiced out here, rain, shine, or snow.
Our kids played countless hours on this playground. It was wonderful. One of the things we loved when our kids went to school here was the Hallinan Community Garden. They got to volunteer and learn how to plant organic produce. They had parent volunteers helping them. It was just really fun. If I go flying off this thing, I am toast. Oh, I can't believe our kids climb to the top of this thing every day. It's terrifying.
Okay, we're back with Jane safely on the ground again.
Yeah, I made it off the hexamet in one piece.
By now, you're probably getting a sense that if you live in this area, Hallinan Elementary School, it's kind of a hub for the community. But we always want to try to give people a sense for what a day in the life in this neighborhood might actually be like. And in all the years that I've been selling real estate around here, one of the questions that comes up a lot is, how do you get out of this area if you're somebody who has to commute to work to downtown Portland, for example? From where we're sitting right now, you can be to downtown Portland, where OHSU is, and the city financial center within 15 minutes on a normal day. 15 minutes in the other direction, you can get to Highway 217, and from there it's a straight shot out to Nike and where Intel are. And if you're trying to get to the airport on a really busy day during rush hour, a local tip is you can actually go the other way on Highway 43 through West Lynn to the 205 freeway and go around what I think of as kind of the back way to Portland International Airport. Another thing that's great about this area is how close we are to downtown Lake Oswego. And there's an amazing park there called George Rodgers Park, which is just a stone's throw away from where we're sitting right now. I mean, it seems like there's always something going on there. For example, the Lakewood Festival of the Arts is a huge community event that happens every year. It's so much fun. I've noticed over the last few years at the beach in the lower part of George Rodgers Park along the Willamette River, it's become a really popular spot for stand-up paddleboarding. I think you can even rent them down there now. If you want to swim in Lake Oswego and you don't live in a waterfront home or have access to the lake through one of the neighborhood boat easements, the Lake Oswego Swim Park is open to all residents. They've got a great enclosed swimming area and lifeguards.
And there's tons of great shopping right in the neighborhood. There's a beautiful New Seasons grocery store that just opened. There's a Mud Bay pet store, Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, Anytime Fitness that's open 24/7, and a few great pizza joints.
I asked my trainer at Anytime Fitness the other day if those garlic knots they make at Domino's are on the menu for me, and no. Okay, there you go. We love the Hallinan neighborhood. Thanks for watching Live, Love Lake Oswego, the first real estate channel solely dedicated to all things Lake Oswego. If you'd ever like to have an exploratory conversation about buying or selling real estate here, please feel free to call or text me directly at the number on screen. Or if you'd just like to see more content about this amazing place that we call home, please consider subscribing.